For well over a year, Stripey Lightbulb CIC has been working hard to get it officially acknowledged by governments and by the NHS that half of long COVID cases meet the diagnostic criteria for ME/C.F.S, but also acknowledged that ME/C.F.S is an outcome of COVID-19. There's plenty of research out there now that shows this. The reason I'm doing this video today is there's been an article published by the British Heart Foundation, and this article has an entire focus on heart health. And it focuses also on exercise. And this video is about why that is a problem. So this is the article I'm talking about. It's on the British Heart Foundation's website. And they talk about long COVID. Anyone that doesn't know, long COVID is an umbrella term for many different presentations of disease. It could be someone that's lost their taste and smell for months. Someone could have migraines as a result of COVID-19, fibromyalgia, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, for other chronic illnesses, and ME/C.F.S. Also, people that don't know about ME/C.F.S, there is no diagnostic test for ME/C.F.S. You can't have a blood test and be told you've got ME/C.F.S. We are diagnosed on the basis of a diagnostic criteria. That's why when people meet that criteria, they get an ME/C.F.S diagnosis. And there's now been at least 6 international research studies to show that half of long COVID meet the diagnostic criteria for ME/C.F.S. So this article has an entire focus on heart health, obviously, because it's the British Heart Foundation. They go into what long COVID is, the symptoms. Post-exertional malaise is not included in this symptoms list. Why is that important? Because if half of long COVID cases meet the diagnostic criteria for ME/C.F.S, these patients will have post-exertional malaise. That's the defining characteristic of their illness, yet it's not included in this symptoms list. They may well have taken that symptoms list from the ONS. The Office of National Statistics do not currently include post-exertional malaise, but funding dependent, it will be included in the next round of questionnaires. We've had the conversation with them, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. But this is particularly worrying. Changes to your heart rate after COVID. This Dr. Robert Bell, a cardiologist at UCLH, has been running COVID clinics for over a year. This is the bit that worries me. Dr. Bell says that this may be partly because of deconditioning, which can happen when you're unwell and not able to keep up your normal activities or level of fitness. Let me be clear, neither ME/C.F.S nor long COVID are deconditioning. That has been widely debunked by a wide range of scientific research studies. There are biomedical abnormalities that crop up after exertion in patients that have post-exertional malaise. What worries me is that someone that's newly chronically sick as a result of COVID-19 will have seen this drip feed effect of various articles, including this one, from trusted resources who are experts in their own particular field, and think, I can go out and exercise and I'll get better because it's deconditioning. That's what worries me. There are more and more people now on social media saying, I am so disappointed that I rushed back to work, that I rushed back to the gym, that I got back to life as normal as soon as I got over the virus, because I did not rest, and that overexertion led to my symptoms deteriorating, and I've now got ME/C.F.S. The reason exercise is contraindicated for ME/C.F.S is because we have a very limited energy envelope. If we exceed that energy envelope, all of our symptoms flare, and be in no doubt it has caused thousands of patients in the UK alone to go from having mild ME/C.F.S, where you lose about 50% of your functionality, to being bedbound for years or decades. That's why this is dangerous messaging, purely unintentional by British Heart Foundation. I will be asking them to do our training so they can see for themselves why this is very poor messaging. There should at least be a caveat on this article to say, if you find that you crash 24 to 72 hours after exertion, please do not exercise. Or I would say speak to your clinician, but too few GPs actually know anything about post-exertional malaise. But there needs to be a caveat here. Too many people have now got ME/CFS in this country, and that's why we need it to be officially acknowledged that half meet ME/CFS diagnostic criteria. Because while they're under the long COVID umbrella, they are not covered by the NICE guideline. The long COVID guideline does not say do not exercise. And that's why so many clinics and so many research studies are pushing that exercise will make people better when it won't. Thank you for listening. Please do read the article for yourself to see what I mean. I'll put the link on the post. Thank you.